Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing one of my first kind of work tool type things. I guess you could call this a repair. This is a fairly common issue. This RC, I've already done a couple of videos on this one. It's a WL Toys 12th scale rock racer. So the issue I'm having here is very common. It is really not the wheel hex hub itself, but I seem to have lost wheel axle pin right here. So you could see I'm missing one right here. So when you're putting on the actual hex itself, nothing happens. You could basically spin it freely. So I've essentially lost front wheel drive. Now, I don't know whether it just broke off and snapped, whatever the case is, or I probably just misplaced it when I took off the wheels. But I don't have an original one for this model right here, but there is a very easy and cheap and effective solution that you could really do anywhere. And I've done this fix on many RCs in the past. So what you're basically going to do is find a body pin. This is a body pin I had from an 8th scale buggy. So it's a little bit of a thicker type metal here. But you can use a paper clip. I've used paper clips in here before. And surprisingly enough, paper clips lasted really, really long. I've never had any issue with a small piece of a paper clip. You basically just measure out the same amount of length as this original one. And as you can tell, if I hold it closely like this, it's exactly the same diameter, exactly. If you want, you could also try to stick it into the actual location where it's supposed to be. And as you could tell, as if I'm doing it right here, it's an identical diameter. And this is a very thick kind of stock of metal. I can barely bend it with my hands. So I doubt that it's any worse quality than the original piece. Now, of course, what you can do, and I have a couple parts from my Traxxas, you could try to see if some other ones fit, but this one seems to be a little bit thicker, and I really don't want to open this package and use it. I'm going to keep this on my more expensive Slash and Stampede models. So I managed to snip off a piece of this body clip, and as you could tell, it fits in here perfectly. You know, it's better to snip off a little bit of a larger piece, and then you could just trim it down with these wire cutters. Now, you really do have to apply a good amount of force, so get yourself a good pair. I've been using this pair for a couple of years now, and it's never let me down. But there it is, guys. This is the final step. Just insert this piece of metal back in and attach your actual wheel hex. And problem solved. I've done this many times, even on very powerful RCs that ran 3S normally. I've even done this on 8th scale buggies. And guess what? I've never had any issues with this method. This is probably the easiest, cheapest, and for sure the fastest method to get yourself a part that you don't want to wait for shipping on. And for those of you that might be wondering why I have this drift wheel out here, this is an HPI Nitro RS43 drift wheel. So I'm going to be putting it on this RC. It's the same exact wheel hub diameter. And we're going to do some drifting. We're going to see what that looks like. I actually can't wait to do it myself. It's a really good four-wheel drive system. We'll see if the weight distribution really gets you a good drift going in there.